Hello everyone. Today we are going to start new chapter 15, the economic and the marketing system. First topic is resources. So firstly, let us learn about resources. What are resources? Resources are materials which are used to produce goods and services to meet the needs of the people. For example, for a farmer, his land is a resource, and for a doctor, his knowledge and skill is a resource to earn his or her livelihood. In economics, what are resources? Resource is the most important input which helps in the process of production. If we talk about in economics, resource is the main thing which they put in it and to get something out. Another example for resources is like suppose for in our lunch or breakfast we eat chapatis. For chapati we need flour. For flour we need wheat. So wheat is the resource from which we make chapati. Firstly, we make wheat flour and then we use that flour for making chapatis. So that is the resource. And another example is like we wear garments, clothes which are made of cotton. So cotton is the resource where that cotton is the main source, that is the raw material which is used to produce to make cotton clothes. Next is the market system. So we all know what are markets. Market is a place where buyers means customers and sellers means shopkeepers meet and exchange goods and services. Markets act, they are like bridge between the producer means those who produce, those who make goods or provide us those goods, and consumers means customers. So market are the places which ensure the distribution of goods and services in a society, from where we get all the things which we need in our daily life. There are two important activities that take place in the market: buyers buying and selling. Two important activities are done in the markets. They are buying and selling. The buyers means customers buy goods from the seller, from the shopkeeper, in exchange for money. They give money and they buy the products which they need. This buying and selling of goods create a chain or a system that is known as the market system. And it is an important place for all of us, for buyers and for sellers, because buyers go to the market and buy the products or the things which they need, and producers they produce the things and they come into the market and sell those things to the customers, and they earn money. So next is types of markets. Market is just a place for exchange of goods and services. But now markets have grown in size, in number. So now a number of activities take place in the markets, and there are several types of markets. On the basis of their size and the distance, markets can be further divided into four categories, into four parts: weekly markets, neighborhood markets, supermarkets, and shopping malls. So, first is weekly markets. As the name suggests, it take place once in a week. A weekly market is held on a particular day at a particular place every week. It is held in cities, towns, and villages. Usually, the shopkeepers set up their shops in the second half of the day and close late at night. The shops are temporary because this is a temporary market. It takes place once in a week, so it is a and the shops are there in temporary. Weekly markets are usually for both the sellers and the customers. The customers can buy all the things that are necessary for their daily life. Weekly markets in India are usually named after the day in which they take place, like Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, which day they are held. Example, Monday market, Friday market, and etc. are the names. Next is neighborhood market. We have seen that the weekly markets provide a variety of goods, yet we buy things from other markets also. We go to the other markets. Neighborhood means which are surrounding our area. There are many shops that sell goods and services in our neighborhood, which are close to our houses. Our neighborhood market has many shops that cater to the immediate needs of that urgent needs of the people, those who are living surroundings in the surroundings. These shops sell milk, groceries, stationery, eatable, garments, hardware, vegetables, etc. These markets have both permanent shops and temporary shops. We can see permanent shops where we buy our grocery, we buy our clothes, medical stores. These are the permanent stores which are in our surroundings, and they are called neighborhood market. And some temporary shops we can see some days stalls of eatable things, stalls of fruits and vegetables. These are temporary shops. In the neighborhood market, the shopkeepers and the customers know each other, and a customer sometimes even buy things on credit. So suppose we are not having money but we need something, then we can go to so we have to buy grocery. We can go to our neighborhood market because that person know us. We both know each other because they are in our surrounding. They know we are living in this area, in this locality, and we are their permanent customer. So if we are not having money, so we can buy things on credit. We can give them money later on. Depending on the relationship between the shopkeeper and the customer, if we are having a good relationship with that person and he trusts on us, he knows that we will return that money, then we can buy the things on credit also. That person always have a diary in which he writes about the money on date and money and the things which we are going to buy. And if we tell him that we will return the money within a week, then they definitely give us on the credit. And the next one is supermarket. These markets, shops in towns and cities are getting replaced by supermarkets. These days, these neighborhood markets, weekly markets, and the shops which are in our surroundings, in the towns and cities, they are replaced by the supermarkets. Supermarkets are large stores offering a wide variety of goods and household products such as clothes, medicines, kitchen items, furniture, and food under one roof. There is a system of self-service here. Items in a supermarket are well displayed and the customer walks through the aisles, choosing and placing the items required by him in a trolley or in a basket which is provided by the store. These items are then taken to the cash counter for payment. Many people in the city prefer to buy goods from a supermarket as it is easy, and these stores offer attractive discounts to customers from time to time. For example, Easy Day, Reliance Trends, or we can say Easy Day, Reliance Trends, and the Big Bazaar. Big Bazaar. These are the examples of supermarkets. These are the large stores where we can buy all the items under one roof, and where we are having self-service also. We can take a trolley, we can take a basket, a bucket, then we can move to whole of the area. We can find out, we can choose the things which we require or which we want to buy, and then we can collect all the items. We can go to the cash counter to pay, and at the cash counter they give us some discounts if we are regular customer, or sometimes they give us discount in the form of some gifts, like buy one get one free, buy two get one free, these type of things. Time to time they update their discounts. So nowadays, as we all are living in the cities, we all are upgrading ourselves. So we all prefer to buy things from the supermarket because it consume our time also, and we can buy the things at one place very conveniently and according to our choice. And the next one is shopping malls. As the name suggests, it is a place where we can. It is a place which is very huge. It is a mall where we can have all of the things. Other markets in the urban areas that have many shops in a single complex, popularly known as shopping mall. This is exam. This is the definition of shopping malls, which are situated in the urban areas, in the cities, large cities. These malls have many shops under one roof. Malls are very big, usually air conditioned shopping complexes that have shops selling a variety of goods and services. So customers can buy their monthly things like clothes, they can buy weekly vegetables and fruits from one place, and companies producing branded products mostly sell them through shopping malls. If we want to buy branded items, branded clothes, branded shoes, branded bags, watches, accessories, and we have to buy branded furniture and the home appliances, electronic appliances. We can buy all these branded items at one roof in the shopping malls. Apart from shops, they may also have restaurants in which we can have food also, and movie theaters for the entertainment. The malls offer many attractions such as festivals, discounts, and even performances by artists and musicians. They are, because they have to attract more and more people, so they organize different type of activities. Like on festival days, they decorated the whole mall into the according to the theme. Like on Diwali, according to the Diwali, they make rangolis. They decorate whole of the mall with lights, electronic lights, and they use other things. And another example, on Independence Day on 15 August, the theme was according to the independence, with the tricolor balloons, flag, and all the things. And on festivals, they provide a huge discount on all the items. And even so, on some occasion, there are some performances by the artists, by the singers, musicians, and other comedy other artists. So these all are the markets, types of markets, the four types of markets. But apart from these type of markets, now we are having another type of market, that is online market. With the advancement and immense popularity of the internet and television, a new type of market has emerged, such as online shopping and teleshopping. Online shopping allows us to buy directly from sellers over the internet. We do not need to go anywhere. We just can have our phone. We can search out on Google the site from where we have to buy the thing. Then we can open that site and we can open that application, and we can find out huge all of the products, whether they are clothes, eatables, furniture, electronic appliances. Just we can have to select the items, and there also they provide us different type of discounts, and we can have payment option also. We can pay online from our credit or debit card, or we can pay cash on delivery also. Like they will give us to our give they will come to deliver the product at our door, and then we can give them cash, the money of that particular product. It offers catalogs that consumers can use to browse different type of products, check and compare prices. We can check and compare the prices and choose mode of delivery and payment, as I said earlier. Another type of market is the specialized market, such as an agriculture market. In such a market, farmers get a wide, huge choice for buying farming products such as seeds, fertilizers, tools, and equipments. This type of market caters to the specific needs of a particular category of people. Means it is a, obviously this is a agriculture market, so farmers, it fulfill the needs of all the farmers. A niche market, on the other hand, creates a special need for a particular product or service and develops a special clientele for it. For example, a cosmetic company may produce and sell a face cream for people with sensitive skin. This type of market is when, like, people, salesmen come to our house. They come from a different company. They have some type of samples. They tell us about the qualities of the product, the price and the thing. Then they give a small amount of that product to use so that we can have the experience of product. This type of market is also there. So the next is factors that affect people's choice of market. So we all know a market provides various products for customers to buy, but the success of a market, uh, but the success of a product in the market depends on how many people choose to buy that particular product. The choice of customer is known as the consumer choice. For example, in a mobile shop, there may be varieties of mobile of different price ranges, but ultimately a customer will choose to buy one which he may afford according to the price of that. If he or she is having only 15,000, then obviously he will not buy 20,000 of for mobile. He will definitely buy a phone which come into their range. People also like to shop in markets that are conveniently located, that are near to their houses and which offer multiple products in a same place. So the main factor that determine people's choice of market are price, location and variety of products. However, another important factor which is often ignored is that of customer service. Good and friendly service to customer act as a magnet that draws customers' attention again and again, even from far away, to the same market and shops, irrespective of other factors. If a place is far away from their houses, but if they feel that a particular place has good customer services, the salesman over there, they help us in a very polite way, or they genuinely help us to find out the product, or like, so the people want to go over there again and again, whether the price is high, whether that place is far away from their house. So this is also an important factor, that is customer service. So next is wholesaler, intermediators and retailers. As a customers, we do not buy goods directly from the factories or from the farms. There are some people in between a producer and a customer. They are known as traders. People, persons and companies who buy goods in large quantities from the manufacturer, from the person who is producing, who is making the things, and then they buy from that manufacturer and then sell them to the other traders. They are known as wholesalers. Whole means they buy the products in large quantity from the producers, from the manufacturers, and then sell those things to the other trader. They are known as wholesalers. Wholesalers sell goods at a lower price because they deal in large quantities and buy directly from the producers. So these goods then come to the market after a makeover, such as cleaning and packaging. Then they are sold to consumers at high prices. Firstly, they buy it from the producer, then they clean it, then they done the packaging, and obviously they use these services, so they make the price high and sell them to the market. Next is intermediaries. Intermediaries are the persons who buy material from the producer in bulk and themselves arrange for a transport of such articles to distant wholesale markets. It means they are the person who buy material or the things from the producers in a large quantity. Bulk means in a huge quantity, and they themselves arrange a transport system so that they can carry those products, those materials to the wholesale market. The farmers, for example, who produce cotton, they sell their produce to agents in the local markets in the village. The agent collect all huge quantity of cotton from different farmers and sell it to the wholesaler. So this is the example of intermediaries. Next is retailers. A retailer is one who buys these goods from the wholesaler and sell it to the final customer. Retailer means the person, retailer is the person who buy all the things from a wholesaler. The one person who buys these goods from the wholesaler and then he sell it to the final customers. The retailer is the main channel of distribution of products, because he creates a bridge between the producer and the consumer. Retail shops are located in areas which are easily approachable to customers and can attract a large number of people. Retailer, where we people go to buy the things, they are known as retailers. They buy products from the wholesaler and they sell those things to us in their shops, in the markets, whether it is a weekly market, it is a wholesale market, it is a weekly market, it is a neighborhood market, any type of market. All the shops are there. The person, those who are selling the goods over there, they are known as retailers. They go to buy the products to wholesaler and then sell us to the customers. So they are a link between the wholesaler and the customer, because we do not directly go to the wholesaler to buy things. Whether we need grocery, we need clothes, we need eatable, we do not go to wholesaler, we go to retailers. Retailers are the shopkeepers from where we buy things. So these retailers buy all products from wholesaler and then sell to us, sell to the customers. Our next topic is gainers in the market, those who gain profit in the market. The distribution of the profit in the market is unequal. The garment shop owners and the manufacturers and exporters of garments earn large profit, whereas the farmers and the workers who produce the cotton and who make garments, they do not earn similar profit. This is due to the difference in the role they play and the amount of money they invest in those particular business. In our country, in India, the inequality in the distribution of profit is due to the fact that the workers are poor and they are exploited by the traders and merchants. The earning of the workers in the garment factory is very low as compared to the price of that product in the market. Similarly, cotton farmers and weavers, they work for long hours but they do not get fair wages. The merchants and the traders earn more than the farmers and the weavers, but less than the exporters, those who sell the products to different places, like to different countries or in that particular country. Thus, there is an unequal distribution of profit in the market. Same like market and Equality. In the market, all the people involved in the economic activities, they do not earn similar profits. People involved at different stages in the market system earn different amount of profit. The market system is such that it creates differences and allows for exploitation. This differences in distribution of profits leads to unequal share in profits and wealth among all the people, those who are involved in the chain of production. Even though the Indian Constitution guarantees political, social, and economic equality and gives all citizens the right to practice any profession or occupation and protects them against exploitation, the citizens themselves have to strive for achieving economic equality by utilizing opportunities and resisting exploitation. They themselves have to make other to exploit themselves, and they themselves have to know their rights and how they have to use their opportunities so that they can stop this type of exploitation.